Digital cinema scissors technical procedures for creative edit and aesthetic final delivery. This book is available as a paperback version and it is also available on Amazon Kindle. Hello friends, welcome to DCS Techie. This is Yashvanthan. Today we are going to learn some of the mysteries of Michael Bay's movie success. Subscribe to my channel and don't forget to click on the bell icon to get a notification. Michael Bay is a technically skilled director who is mostly famous for delivering hit blockbusters enjoyed around the world. When you bring up the name Michael Bay, the first thing that comes to mind is the action genre. BAYHEM is a term used to indicate Bay's style of camera movement, composition, and editing. Among the film critics, he has earned more negative reviews than positive ones. The massive criticism that Bay has received among film critics in his career as a film director and producer sharply contrasts with the commercial success that his films have had. For example, Transformers: Age of Extinction, and Transformers: Dark of the Moon, made over $1 billion worldwide, despite being almost universally panned by critics. Michael Bay's action movies employ a distinct visual style of fast cutting, distinctive cinematography, and aggressive sound design. Here are some of the comments I collected online regarding criticisms of Michael Bay. Comment 1. Bay makes relatively simple narratives with lots of explosions. Comment 2. You may point to his complete lack of storytelling ability, and his inability to get a really good performance out of decent actors. Comment 3. Bay has little to no interest in character development, plot, or dialogue. There were just so many characters who were silly, annoying, offensive, and unnecessary. Comment 4. Human life should be worth something, but seemingly many people die in Michael Bay movies. Final comment. Michael Bay movies have low stakes. In fiction writing, stakes delineate what the protagonist may gain or lose as the story's central conflict plays out. Bay's films have registered massive success not only in the United States but also among international audiences. On the other hand, critics still hold him in low regard. One question that may be necessary to answer is whether the critics have failed to understand his concept in film production or if he is just lucky that his films have been liked by his audience. Luck may work in one or two films, but Bay has produced numerous successful films. The audience cannot be tricked for such a long period. It is common for a film to receive wide acceptance among the audience but get unfavorable reviews from critics. However, when close to 10 films from an individual receive audience acceptance but negative reviews, then that is a sign that there is something that the critics have failed to see. Critics should be experts who can explain why a given movie has received massive acceptance among the audience and what the director did right to achieve such success. Even his worst-rated films feature something that warrants a look or two. Most other filmmakers actually hold Bay in high regard. Stunning is an understatement to use to describe most of Michael Bay's movies. The correct word would be mind-blowing because of the amazing special effects and explosions that all his movies have. In addition to his ability to keep the scene moving, he composes colors in a scene very well. It is also true that Michael Bay understands his audience very well, and can present to them what they need in the best way possible. Films are not made for critics. They are made for the audience. As such, there is no doubt about the need to ensure that films are pleasant to the audience. A film that the audience finds captivating may not have the desired profitability even if it receives favorable criticism among film critics. Over 90% of the audiences of popular films do not even know that film critics even exist. The local and international audiences have been blinded by the tricks that Bay is using in his films. In most of his work, there are constant movements of the camera in all directions, even in cases where the characters are not in movement. You can move the camera to various different areas to show the entire view of something. Michael Bay applies this idea to the majority of his setups. It is the art of allowing the camera to speak to the audience. Camera movements are just as important agents of emotion. It requires unique skills and capabilities to achieve this level of photography. This is the area where Bay has registered excellence. In the movie Ambulance, Bay and his team utilized innovative drone technology capable of bagging angles you just can't get with traditional cameras. The tech is known as FPV, first-person view, and requires the drone operator to wear a VR headset that allows them to see whatever the flying camera sees.
When I'm flying the drone, I'm acting like Superman in a way, where I'm trying to get these really unique angles and shots. I fly what's called an FPV drone, and FPV stands for first-person view.
Complex camera movements and the coordination of multiple different elements produces incredibly busy frames that brim with action. Parallax effect. The camera movement accompanied by the telephoto lens forces the background of the shot to move across the screen at a fast rate, an effect called parallax. By adding backgrounds with a lot of visual information, he can enhance the movement and parallax effect. Bay utilizes a 360 shot that has the camera slowly spin around one or more characters. The constant movement of the camera creates suspense to help in attracting and retain the attention of the audience. Slow motion. Bay will slow things down. Slow motion is a good technique to use in action films when you need to add some tension and give the audience an opportunity to really sit in the space. Michael Bay creates as much action as possible on set and records it on camera. This is referred to as special effects rather than visual effects created in post-production. Michael Bay always nails the sound design in his movies. From driving to shifting, and all the metallic sounds will be crystal clear. When critics constantly find their views to be in contradiction with the views of the audience most of the time, then that should be a warning that their criticism is moving towards irrelevance. Most of his films give audiences the thrills that come with shootouts or death-defying stunts. Transformers series has generated $4.8 billion, making the franchise one of the most profitable series of movies in cinema history. Due to the advance in technology, cinema is favoring the use of post-production visual effects and the creation of action scenes that would stimulate box office success for the film. Michael Bay's films offer us some of the clearest examples of technically complex, emotionally direct, entertaining contemporary cinema. In terms of Michael Bay's cinematic production, it is apparent that both special effects and best visual effects are valued over narrative. Michael Bay moves the camera at speeds that could be considered pretty fast, but it is never too fast for human eyes to register the action. Bay has spent years providing his audience with good times, plenty of laughs, and a myriad of iconic moments, and has earned his place as one of Hollywood's most notable and resonant filmmakers.